Woo! I am literally in a forest here, and it is pretty cool back here. Serenity now! Serenity now! Insanity later. Well, I think I kind of revealed my age with that quote. But anyways, this set is definitely not going to give you any insanity whatsoever. It is definitely going to be giving you that serenity now that you want. So this is Sprues and Studs, and welcome on into my Lego reviews. I know I don't do them very often, but I think that this is such an epic set that I need to do a review on this one. So what is it called? It is called the Tranquil Garden, and it was released on August 1st, 2023. And I believe that there are 1363 pieces and comes at a $110 price point. So with the unboxing, it's with a Lego icon branding, so you already know that it's made for adults. And then it has tabs which you can push in, which kind of, well, destroys the box. And I like to keep my boxes for aesthetic purposes. So I decided just to use a blade to loosen up the glue that's on it. When you open up the box, you are greeted with 11 numbered bags, one numbered one, and that one unnumbered one is actually full of base plates. And the final thing that you get inside is the instruction manual. And then when you flip open the instruction manual, it talks about the creative process and inspiration that is behind this very epic Lego set, in my opinion. So let's focus on the build, shall we? So bags 1 and 2, you are going to be building the building / the pagoda, or whatever the heck that you want to call it. And the build is kind of monotonous with the windows, I suppose. The thing that I don't like about the windows is that it kind of covers up the airiness of this pagoda, so you can actually opt not to put them in. But regardless, I really love the tea set and the little details that are in the tea set, which is fantastic and awesome and basically pretty much captures the Asian tea time culture. And I also love the shoes by the door. And after that, bags 3 through 9 focuses on building the whole entire Tranquil scene. I'm going to have to say that there are rather repetitive build parts, but you really can't do anything because you're literally trying to translate a landscape onto a Lego set. So what's rather cool about this is that there is like terraced layering that I really like, starting from the ground level or river level, and then you build up the entire set from there. So the bedrock looks fairly realistic, and I think that the Lego's designers really did capture the whole essence of it. And then the river building part is actually very much like how the river flows. So you start off from the top of the scene, and then you start building through exactly how a river goes, which is kind of cool. So the thing about the river or pond, or whatever you want to call it, I love the koi pieces as well as the water lilies. They offer just a really nice touch to the whole entire build. I will have to say, if you did not pick up the Spring Lantern Festival, this build reminds me very, very much like it, especially around the pond area. As you're going through the build, I was actually curious as to why there were these 2x2 flat pieces that have holes in the ground, which is going to be a mystery solved later, which I think is really cool that when you're building it, you're like, what the heck is going on here? I want to figure out what is the use of this. The latter part of step 7 and step 8 all focuses in on building the base. I'll have to say this part is completely monotonous. However, the steps fly by really, really quickly, as you don't really have to put the pieces in a specific positions that you're going to get lost to, which I'm going to get to in a second, where you have to actually pay attention. The entire base of the thing is a black color, which serves as a nice contrast to the very, very lively looking upper section of this figure. So I would have to say step 9 is where I feel like there is more diversity in the build techniques, and where the set really, comes alive. Bridge building technique that I was going through, I found was absolutely awesome. There are some 4 red tabs in which you are building this set that are on the ground, and you're like, what is this for? I have no idea what this is for. Once again, these red tabs were solved by, well, it's actually building a bridge. So I'll let you see exactly why I said that this bridge building technique was so interesting to me and fairly mind-blowing, to be honest. I thought it was completely awesome. So step 10 and 11, you start building the trees. So you're going to be building 2 flowering trees, 1 pine tree, 1 bamboo tree, and a bonsai tree. So let's focus in on the flowering tree. The flowering tree is probably the most tedious thing out of the whole entire set because you have to, well, repeat the same step over and over 17 times. That requires you to put these pink flowers on and then putting more dark pink flowers on and then putting a light green leaf piece on. And then this is going to be going on over and over again. There is one slight critique that I'm going to have to make with the flowering trees. I found the flowering trees, when you look at them, they're kind of, well, anemic looking. They look very sparse, and I think that Lego has been going with this route for a while, especially with the A-frame cabin. It just doesn't look full enough, in my opinion. And this is where you, as the Lego builder, can opt to make this thing obviously fuller. And it really could use some more filling out. And then I will have to say one of my favorite pieces is the bonsai tree. I think the build is very unique and it really translates well with so little pieces. And with that, we are in the conclusion. What do I actually think about this set? Well, I believe that it provides an excellent scene and it really looks tranquil to me as I'm looking at this set right now. I really had a great time building the set because it reminds me of a Japanese botanical garden. I am a huge Japanophile, and this definitely screams Japanese architecture to me. This was a complete must-buy for me, and I highly recommend it. In fact, I love the set. I'm definitely going to be displaying this proudly. Overall, the build is fairly straightforward. There's really nothing too mind-blowing in terms of build, minus the bridge as well as the modular trees. I especially love the bamboo garden, the koi, as well as the river. I think that it really makes this set jump out from where it is. There's a bit of a monotonous build with the flowering tree and the display stand. The only other thing that I'm going to say is you kind of need to concentrate on what you're doing, especially with putting down the steps that are on this entire Tranquil Garden scene. And the nice thing that Lego does is it gives you a top-down look on how to place that thing. So that's the only part in which I really had to concentrate. This is Spruce and Studs, and I hope you enjoy the studs part of my review. Like I said, I don't get around too much in making these review videos for these sets, but this one just was epic enough for me to actually start and do a video like this. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Leave a comment in the comment section what you thought about this set. Do you think this is actually something you're going to be picking up sometime soon? And like I said, I definitely think that you should pick it up. So anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this review video, and I will see you all in the next one.